you could improve one thing about the way we deliver care, what would that be?
That no matter where a patient went, they could expect the same level of care and the same quality of care.
I think we're just learning how many variations in care there are currently. So if we can use best practice on specific treatments or care, I think that the patient will benefit and will benefit as well.
For me, that's the most important thing that this project, CST, will help do, and that is provide the continuity of care across the continuum.
Our organizations do a great job of treating patients. Despite the many different centers from which we provide medicine, they all do an excellent job.
But despite all that good work that we do, I think a lot of it is lost in the transition of care between the emergency doctor and the specialist.
I'm quite embarrassed when I look back to my handwriting in a patient chart of something that I charted at 2 o'clock in the morning.
So we write this note, which is often hard to read or impossible to read, and they lose a lot of the important detail. And the same is true when we discharge people.
There's been lots of times where there's just no time to get a paper chart, or there's no up-to-date paper chart that I can access at the bedside. So hopefully, I'm hoping that accessing more information in real time, accurate information, reliable information, will prevent these delays in patient care.
When I became a patient, when I was diagnosed with breast cancer earlier this year, I said to my colleagues, now I get to see it from the inside out. As a patient, I can tell you that I so appreciated it when my caregivers were able to just concentrate on me and nothing else, and that sounds like a very selfish thing to do, but when you are a patient, knowing that they are focused 100% on you gives you comfort.
We have lots of balances and checks in the healthcare system, but we rely on them to catch things, and I think if we can catch it at the point of entry, that's one of the best things that we can do. On the cancer unit, I was certifying a nurse, and we had gone through the whole process of getting the chemotherapy ready for this 18-year-old boy, and when I finally got to be with that nurse to do her certification, I was the last check and checked the drug, and the drug dose was 10 times the dose the patient should be receiving. It's a real, it's just a real moment where you think like everybody did their best, but still this error got through, so thank goodness nothing happened to the patient.
We have all these systems providing us with information which ultimately makes the patient. It comes from so many different sources that I think with a system where we can access one source across all systems, perhaps the information would be more homogeneous and would leave less processing to me and more processing to the system itself.
So it's this piece of this opportunity to really hardwire in quality and standardization that's going to drive outcomes to improve care for patients.
It's bringing that continuity, that consistency, and that evidence base to patient care, providing that patient safety.
It's our duty to kind of make healthcare better. And if this is the way to do it through CST, well, then it's a start.
We all come from a caring background, so we're really passionate about providing that for our patients.
It's going to be challenging. It's not going to be easy, but we'll get there.
Ultimately, it's something that needs to be done.
And as a patient, I can tell you that it's critical to me to have an optimum functioning healthcare system, and transforming healthcare starts with the changes that we're making here today.